Good evening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the biggest happy hour and a half an hour. We're just jumping right in there. Let's just go for it here tonight. There, hey, we got a little say shout outs there to Jay Bird. Hey man, how's it doing? Amy Russell, hello. So new that's a new name for me to meet here on the show here. So thanks for all tuning in here. I'm sure you're all excited about tonight's show. We've got a legend in the house tonight. We've got a lot to talk about. We're making drinks tonight. So let's just get right to it here. So let's go ahead and let's have a little bit of maybe a hint on who we have on the show tonight here. So if you're watching here, I've got a little bit of Code Rum there. We're gonna pour a little bit into it's Christmas time, isn't it? Yeah, and we're gonna pour a little some, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and pour two because I think this person definitely enjoys. I think safe to assume he enjoys this product as well. Let me welcome to the show, Johnny Ringo. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm doing good, man.
Hey, so Merry Christmas.
Very nice and warm welcome here.
Yeah.
I'm taller than you. Can you see my head?
Yeah. Oh, shit. We got to figure. Well, we got to figure.
Rum makes me shorter.
We may need a little camera.
Rum makes me tall.
Yeah, there you go. I feel that. All right, we're gonna do a little camera here. So I don't think I've ever had I think I had it set for a Brad height. So you may have to just move the camera back a little bit more. We'll tell you. Let's see. All right, so that's a little bit better. There you go. No. Oh.
So we've been planning for this.
Yeah, I only have usually short people on the show here.
We need
so
a stump rum maker and drummer.
All right, there. So all right, as we work through our vertically challenged situation here. So again, thanks for all tuning in to the show. And so let's go ahead and let's have at it here. Cheers, Johnny.
I like it.
Let's just go get.
Cheers. Keep to the code.
Right. There we go. I think that's pretty good. That'll work.
I think it'll work.
That'll work. Yeah. All right. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in here to the biggest happy in a half an hour. This is what we call Friday Eve. Right?
Friday Eve.
Yeah, that's right. So again, there's a lot going on this weekend. A lot of people are traveling, tuning into seeing family members, whatever. Again, it's going to get cold here. Yeah, that's some big news here, even for Florida. It's going to get a little chilly for us.
I'm a Florida boy, so I'm a little freaked out over this cold weather. I can stand the cold for like 6 to 10 days at a time if I'm wearing skis.
Yeah. So you're going to have to wear socks with your flip flops.
I do all the time. Just kidding. I've only done it once.
So all right. So again, we're gonna talk about quite a few things here. One of the things that I invited Johnny on to the show for. Well, we want to talk about a cruise that's coming up here in January. So again, you want to definitely learn more about this cruise. Johnny's going to give you the whole rundown of everything here. So we're going to make one of his signature cocktails or a rum punch as well as it can be. And we've got our Florida Man story of the week. It is a Christmas themed Florida Man story. And so again, we got all of our usual shenanigans. And let's knock a few things out here. So real quick, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny is a way back guest on the podcast. So if you haven't checked out the podcast, Johnny's OG back in 2020 podcast season, and yeah, God, can you believe that was 2020?
That's crazy.
We're hanging, at your friend's house, right?
Yeah,
cool. Kenny,
Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff. We used to call it his house the Pirate Heads Backyard Resort. Because we used to throw house parties there, man. He's got you've seen it, tropical backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You head over to hot tub, and my band used to perform at his parties. The only house parties we did was exclusively almost at Jeff's house at the Pirate Heads Backyard Resort.
Got it. So. That was when I was still trying to figure shit out and try to live. Oh man, I can't believe that was 2020, October, November.
When you having rum.
I know. Hold on.
It's not just a myth.
I think I might have that. Hold on. Well, now I gotta wait for my thing to reboot here. All right. So again, if you're listening, you heard the rim shot for that show. Yes, you'll be hearing all. Johnny's got tons of these, so he'll be. Yes, he's the man of the one-liners, and you need to have your own comedy act.
I've thought about it.
Oh, that'd be.
It doesn't pay enough.
Are you gonna do a little
per joke? So I would like leave there owing them money.
Are you gonna do a little comedy on the cruise?
That's a good question.
There you go.
I'm
Ooh.
actually going to perform on the cruise. Jesse Rice, our headliner, doesn't know this yet.
Oh,
so when
okay.
He sees this podcast. It's the first time he's heard that I'm going to actually.
Well, he's a big
jam with
follower.
the
He watches the show every week.
Of course he does.
Of course he does. Yeah. So he's now knows the surprise.
Watches the show. Bill Clinton. Not the ex-president, just a friend of mine down the road.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bill, how you doing there? So, all right. So yeah. So let's just talk about it real quick. Quick, and we'll keep kind of talk a little bit more, a little bit of each of the segments of the cruise. What is exactly going on in January?
Oh my goodness. Well, to give you the background info on it, in 2019, me and a dear friend of mine, Alan Baylog, we did a cruise. It was the Pirate Fest on the high seas. Same ship, but it was the Grand Classica Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line out of the Port of Palm Beach. We got together to do the first pirate festival in the high seas, and we did it. It went really well. The vibe on the ship was amazing, and it was a pirate themed cruise. So we encouraged everybody to come out in full pirate garb, regalia, whatever you want to say, for the entire weekend. But when I'm meeting with the cruise line, I'm like, it's not just gonna be a bunch of drunken pirates running around your ship, commandeering the ship. It's gonna be an educational part of the cruise, which we did the event Friday night was like a lecture series. So we not only had authors, we had the Alan himself wrote Black Sail 1715 about treasure diving and stuff. And we had Don Mates that drew the original Captain Morgan character on the Captain Morgan bottle.
Oh, wow.
Was one of our guests. We had, if you're familiar with treasure diving at all, Mel Fisher's family, Taffy Fisher, her husband Michael, awesome people, her daughter Nicole, Mel Fisher's son-in-law, his grandson-in-law. So they came in. We brought artifacts from shipwrecks and stuff. And Taffy Fisher, the morning of the cruise, she actually called me up. She says, "I should have thought about it earlier. Can I bring a silver bar from the Atocha on the ship?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." She goes, "We have to clear customs. We already did." I'm like, "No, bring the silver bar. We'll make it happen." And so we ended up pulling a silver bar around the entire cruise in a little suitcase. But they bought a silver bar from the Atocha shipwreck on the cruise, and the purser, when they wanted to leave it with him for safekeeping, he's like, "Okay, what's it worth?" He says, "About $100,000. He's like, I can't do that. So that's when we had to keep it ourselves. And every night at the dinner table, I set it up at the table and with a stick of butter and a butter knife. So they talked about the shipwreck stuff. We had Alan talked about his stuff, and Don Mates. We're gonna have Mike Daniels that found Blackbeard's ship on the ship, but I think he had a hip replacement or something done that weekend. But we did that cruise in 2019. It was gonna be an annual event, but then with COVID hitting, during that time they rebranded the ship. So a few months back, I wanted to revisit the cruise, and so I'm like, well, now they rebranded that ship as the Margaritaville at sea. So I'm like, why am I just doing a Pirates cruise? Why don't I make it Pirates and Parrot Heads?
Yeah.
That's how the Pirates and Parrot Heads Party in Paradise cruise came about, and it takes place January 13th through 15th on the Margaritaville at sea out of the Port of Palm Beach. And it's a themed cruise, so I like to tell people, do Parrot Head by day, Pirate by night, because the pirate garb, you put all that stuff on, even in January. Yeah, unless it's going to happen this weekend with the cold front coming through.
Yeah.
So it's a costume event all weekend long. You wear your Hawaiian shirts, you wear your pirate garb, and we leave Friday, January 13th, but then Friday night we have a private party each night. And it's going to be headlined by Jesse Rice. If you don't know Jesse Rice, amazing singer-songwriter, great person. When I was working a deal with him to perform the headline the cruise, I had to bribe him because he did a series of CDs called the Pirate Sessions, where he sings about rum, treasure, pirates, Key West,
everything,
the islands,
right? Yeah, yeah.
And I talked to my connection to him, Sam Densler, from Songwriters Radio. So, hey, I know you're good friends with Jesse Rice. I'm looking at doing this cruise. We get Jesse to headline it. Tell him I'll take him treasure diving on a real treasure ship with treasure royalty. And he came back with yes. He's excited about it. So we actually took the first time Jesse and I met was on a treasure boat with Captain Bill Black. His guys took us out on a real shipwreck, 1715 fleet. And Mel Fisher's grandson, Josh Fisher, who did an amazing job. He was the captain that day. So we went out and took Jesse treasure diving. And the rest is history. We started planning this cruise. So the Friday night and Saturday night parties, the private parties, we're having Jesse Rice headline. And this Pirate Sessions CD, if you don't know Jesse Rice, I guess one of his biggest hits was he co-wrote the song Cruise for Florida Georgia Line.
Okay.
And he did this, I think his 5th CD is coming out, the Pirate Sessions. One of my favorite songs is Too Drunk to Meet Jimmy Buffett, based on a true story. But check out Jesse Rice Pirate Sessions, is awesome. We also got my dear friend John McDonald that wrote the Code Rum song. We produced a music video. We got John Patty, just an amazing steel pan drummer. We got TJ Brown performing. We've got Alan Jax Bauer's going to come up and play drums with Jesse and stuff. So we got our own party going on within the cruise, our own individual stuff. And that party takes place every night.
Fellow podcast alum too, right? Is he performing, right?
Brad's not going to perform. He's going to work the bar.
Oh, okay.
By that I mean he's going to lean against it, and he's going to have cocktails.
Is he going to assume the same duties that he did when you guys were on the boat with Jesse that day? I heard.
Pretty much.
He was.
But he's been a lot of help throughout this entire process, helping me with graphics and stuff and T-shirt design. Cool. So Brad is an integral part of this event. He's just not going to have to work. Yeah. He's going to be working behind the scenes.
All right. So
along with his new fiance.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So so here I see here in the chat, Johnny. There, Amy. I don't know if you know Amy.
Amy Russell. I think she purchased tickets to the party.
She just said it's great. We booked the cruise today.
Yes.
Super
Hi,
excited.
Amy. Thank you for joining us.
So yes.
I knew I recognized your name.
Yeah. So thanks, Amy. I told her we'll see you there. So again, I don't think you will miss us. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Johnny, because.
You're coming too.
I'm coming too. That's right. So look at that.
As a pirate or a parrot head, or both.
Well, I think I can at least have something that's close to the parrot head.
There you go.
I will have to probably go to the store on North Lake, I guess, to go find pirate. Yeah.
I'm gonna put Darren, the owner, on the spot. If you come there, give him my name. He'll give you 10% off.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna have to call him tomorrow morning.
Just go in there, not say anything. Say, hey, Johnny Ringo said.
Come on, if they mention my name, get 10% off.
All right, there you go, 10% off.
Find that though, but I'm kind of a big deal.
I know, no, that's right. He's huge. He's huge because that's why we had to adjust the camera. So no, and I have.
You may have to move the bar back. No.
I haven't been on the ship before it was. The Princess. No, I've been on the Princess.
It wasn't the Princess, a different boat.
Right. Yeah. So I haven't been on that out of that port on anything, and but yeah, we've looked at that cruise before, and it's great that Margaritaville stepped in and kind of want to do something, and we've always talked about again, we live here in Palm Beach County, and it's so close to the Bahamas. The crossing they always talk about. So I mean, we'll be over there in no time. Over in the Bahamas, and so I'm looking for it. I mean, weather, as you said, January usually when we do get a little bit cold, but
I'm hoping it's a little cooler.
Yeah,
we did the cruise in 2019. It was summertime. It was June 2019, and I gotta say the vibe on the ship was so cool. You had all these pirates running around in full pirate garb, taking pictures of the kids and giving out coins and stuff. And the Saturday for our shore excursion, it actually rained all day, and not a single person complained. Everybody just had a blast. We invaded the police station over on Grand Bahama Island.
Oh my God!
Pirate garb. The lady wouldn't put me in a jail cell because I want to get pictures of me in a jail. She's like, no, I can't do that.
You should have done something to do it. To get your
I
photo.
thought about that too. It wasn't worth it. Publicity stunts only go so far. But we just had a blast. It was a fun. I'm looking forward to this cruise because it's such a wide group of people coming from all over, and people I don't know, which is really awesome. We make so many new friends. We got people coming from Portland, Oregon, Ohio, Atlanta, all over the place.
Excellent.
And by the end of the weekend, we'll all be really close friends.
That's right. So, yep. So I can't wait there. So, again, if you're tuning in here and you haven't got your tickets yet, still plenty of time to get tickets.
We still got some cabins left.
So
we'll Pirates and Parrot Heads Party in Paradise cruise.
We'll go ahead and we'll throw the link over to the Facebook page that you can get your tickets and all the information there, and I'll do that while we move on to our next thing. Let's have a drink here. So let's do this here. So of course it's only fitting, and I guess I forgot to introduce you as well too. Again, if you don't know Johnny's the owner of Code Rum. Obviously, you can see the shirt he's got there, and obviously we've talked about the Code Rum products. We're going to make one of the Code Rum cocktails here in a minute. And you are. I was trying to figure it out the little name tag on your thing here. I said you're the host. You're host for the Party in Paradise.
Yes.
So because I didn't know, there's not a big enough box to put all your titles and names. Like you're kind of like Apollo Creed. You're like the Master Disaster, the Sultan of Solo. He had all those names in Rocky, right? All those names he went by. So you got your man of many talents there. So
I do whatever I can to not get a real job.
yeah.
I had one of those once.
It was. I'm sure it was a drag, right?
It was a long week.
So, Amy wants to know: is that a leg lamp shot glass? That's awesome. Yes, it is. It is. I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to go back to the camera and I'll show you real close, up close here. So, yes, that is my leg lamp shot glass there. I can't remember where my wife had. She found it there, but it's one of my favorite movies. And actually, well, just real quick is I talked about this today. I was taking a break. I said I was taking December a break from the Drums and Rums podcast because I wanted to kind of slow down a little bit, catch up some things, do some video stuff, and some of them planned for 2020. And I stumbled into starting a whole nother podcast show, and it's a drive from this exit up here down to West Palm on my way to work in the morning. It's a no more than 10-minute podcast. It's from exit to exit, on and off, and that's what it ended up being. So it'll be tomorrow when you listen to this, is about what really makes it a Christmas movie. There's all this debate about Die Hard and all these other movies. What really makes it a Christmas movie? And obviously one of them was this is definitely a Christmas movie. It's themed. There is a Santa in it. There is snow. There's presents. There's a tree. So yes, this is a Christmas movie. Is Die Hard really a Christmas movie? What?
Yes.
What? Die Hard?
It's a Christmas movie.
You're gonna have to listen to the podcast, and you'll have.
Party.
So what? It just took place.
It had all those things you just said.
So what? There was no Santa, but that wasn't the main theme.
Was there a Grinch?
There was.
Santa. There was
Okay.
presents.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have
Was
this
there
debate.
eggnog?
Yes, we're talking to our off-air elf here. So, wait a minute. So okay, we're gonna get into this now. Then. So.
Sorry, stick over here.
You elfed up.
Yeah. so is the Gremlins movie?
Yes.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Is Rocky IV a Christmas movie? It took place in Russia and during Christmas.
Was
So
there Santa in Russia?
is Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie? Because that took place during Christmas.
He has a red costume.
That's right. Yeah, at least he's close to Santa. So anyway, challenge me, debate me on this. So anyway, yes, our leg. That's all. Thanks, Amy. You started off on this stirring conversation about Christmas movies here. So
That's
yes.
If you make a shot glass out of a lamp, somebody's about to get lit. Just putting that out there right now. That is cool. That's a nice leg too.
And Me Too move.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, got peanut butter in my mouth. All right, so here we go. So let's get our stuff set up here for Mr. Johnny Ringo here. We're gonna do our cocktail cam here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch cameras here. So there's I'm gonna move over. I'll move over a little bit. So Johnny, you can slide on in here. All right, so Johnny's gonna make the Rummagedon, and again, this is
the most incredible rum punch in the world. Uses 5 rums, 4 70-proof rums, and an 80-proof rum. All 5 of them.
Look at it. This is like
Go big or go home.
This is like a Pirates Long on iced tea here.
It's like a life after death experience. So to save us some time, I already pre-mixed all the rums, which is in this cup, which we're going to chug this right now.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm just
Straw?
gonna
Do you want to get
do
2 straws?
2 straws.
Yeah.
Lock our arms together.
Right,
No, that's a Christmas movie. But we use equal parts of all 4 rums and a half part of the cinnamon because the cinnamon's a little strong. So it's 4.5 parts rum, 4.5 parts guava juice, which I have here.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and strain out some of our ice that we have here.
Actually, it's 4.5 parts rum, 4.5 parts cranberry juice.
Is it a shake and drink? Or is it all?
Yeah, we can just stir it up a little bit. I need something big enough to hold all of this in, like this.
Yeah, there you go.
So we got 2/3 of a cup of rum, 2/3 of a cup of cranberry juice. And if we did 1.5 times that, we're going to do. Let's see. Do this.
All right.
They didn't have my guava juice at Publix earlier, so I had to get these little bitty ones.
You know, these little juice boxes are great for making drinks, but they're a pain in the ass.
Especially if you're in junior high school. So, just kidding. We don't condone kids drinking.
Man, what sound effect
So
is
good.
that? This looks like a drug test is going on here. The consistency is uncanny, actually.
You can
Yes,
use this
we're
for a drug
we're
test.
getting, we're getting a little personal and a little gross here.
Ringo, have you been drinking? Well, I don't know.
He's a few
Anyway.
quarts low.
So that's 2/3. So I need half of that. So we're gonna go. Oh, it works out perfect with one of these little jobbies.
Yeah, it's always fine. It's like
Right.
just the right amount. Yeah, it helps.
It's crazy how that works out. So you got equal parts of all the rums except for half part of cinnamon. So it's basically the recipe is 2 parts rum, 2 parts cranberry juice, and 3 parts guava juice. It's real simple. The recipe's on thecoderum.com recipe page with tons of other amazing recipes. And yeah. And then I actually brought a lime. Do you have a knife in here?
Yes, I do. And what do we say?
You're prepared, man. You should have your own podcast.
I should. And what do we say all the time? You've got a line about the limes, right? About this particular about the key lime flavored lime, right? This is why you have this one here is no knife, no problems, no limes.
No lime, no knife, no problem.
Right, and then we've got a thing here and say fresh limes matter, and it's great to see that we're actually using fresh
I love it.
limes here. So
I love it.
we actually just had we just had a key lime tree produce our first lime off of it.
Really?
Yeah. So
Well, congratulations.
thank you. It felt like a
Did you
new
name
birth.
it?
I did Jethro.
Jethro.
We will-
Just throw that in my drink.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers. It's
There you
Rummagedon Rum Punch.
Rum
right
again. There
here.
you go.
Made live just for you peoples.
Wow. This is danger. This is danger in a glass.
Make you take back things you didn't even steal.
Yes. And you probably definitely won't remember it either. So yes.
It is. I guarantee you, this is the best rum punch you've ever had in your entire life. And I'm so impressed with it. And I stand behind it. If you buy it and you make it decide you don't like it, bring it back and we'll drink it.
Yeah, in front of you.
You get that writing. You can get that in writing. Isn't that delicious? Tastes like vacation.
Tastes like being on a cruise ship. Ah.
Yes. I'm meeting with the food and beverage manager about bringing Code Rum on the ship again, and we may have Rummagedon available along with with many other incredible cocktails.
There you go. All right. So
Your local Florida,
yes.
local Florida rum.
We gotta buy the drink package.
Buy the drink package.
Yeah, we haven't bought that. That's what we
$99
have.
for the drink package. Brings you drinks like $10 a drink. And I think we're trying to get some free drinks for all the cabins that's in our group anyway. So in 2019, they gave me actually physical drink tickets. But now everything's on a wristband, so we're trying to work all that out. But we're trying to get you guys some free drinks on the cruise too.
All right. So I think Dee just joined us in the chat here. I don't want to kind of out her, but I figure with the name there, Rum Cakes. I assume that's
Yes.
Dee, right? So
Yes. So
Dee.
yeah, we make amazing rum cakes, and Dee, who just joined in, is the amazing rum cake baker for our incredible rum cakes. We've had our biggest online sales since we started the rum cake company. Just this past couple weeks, just people are ordering 5, and I have my own Captain Ringo's hot sauce line. It's part of the same company, and she's been shipping stuff out every day, like 5 packs of. We have to do a combo pack of 5 of our favorite rum cakes, and 5 of my I have 5 hot sauces too. Yeah, 5 rum cakes, 5 hot sauces.
I see a theme here. Is 5 like your lucky number?
5 is my lucky number.
Oh,
High
see?
5. Been married 5 times?
Oh, there is he. I see a theme here.
No, I haven't been married 5. I have been married twice. I married 2 Deborah Jeans. We talked
Hey,
about that. My
yeah.
ex-wife, I bought her a house in this neighborhood.
That's right.
Don't remind me. But anyway, she's listening.
I didn't bring it up.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he didn't. Yeah. But yeah, what were we talking about?
We're talking about the hot sauce of the cake. Oh, rum
Hot
cakes.
sauce.
And yeah, the rum cakes. You're on Brad's show. So again, check out Jams and Cocktails every Wednesday night podcast, part of our podcast network. Partner networks. Brad, Brock, and his crew there. And Johnny was on. Actually, it was a while ago now, and he brought on his rum cake. They put it in the air fried,
Air fry, yes. Oh my
yes,
God.
air fried rum cakes. A little bit of ice cream on top.
It's the best.
Oh,
It's
yes.
the best. Take their individual cakes, like 7-ounce cakes, put them in the air fryer for 5 or 6 minutes. Scoop of vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, and a caramel sauce. It warms it up, gives it this crispy shell. It's the best dessert I've ever had in my life. It is amazing. It's so good.
Yep. So definitely, check out. We'll post here in a second here
Brad's
the
probably
links
having
there.
one right now.
He's always eating rum cakes.
I know.
He is a
or
rum
drinking
cake.
cakes or drinking rum.
No, I think he's working tonight. Is it not raining? It's not raining, so he's got a gig at
Not
the.
gigging
I think he had a gig at the Square Grouper in Fort Pierce.
Yeah,
Actually,
shout out to Brad.
Yeah. So shout out to air horn to Brad. Yeah, so our buddy Brad at the Jams and Cocktails. So yeah, he'll be on the cruise here. So you'll meet Brad and I. Brad and I have some new split personalities we've developed also. So
All 4 of you?
yes, all 4 of us. So we have some new content that we've been working on. So we haven't released a whole lot of about it yet, but yeah, there you go. The rum again. There you go. So you've got key lime, you got spiced, silver, cinnamon.
Mango.
Oh, mango. Sorry, mango.
You had a
and then-
50-50 shot on the last 2.
I know. I couldn't. Yeah. From my angle, yeah.
I know I had you at shot.
Yeah. Shots. So check out. Go to coderum.com. It's
The Code Rum.
the Code Rum. Okay.
It's funny because the website coderum.com was taken by Coder It's like a tech company out of New Zealand or something. They got the .net, .org, they got everything. So
Oh,
I wasn't
wow.
gonna get it.
So
It's just unfortunate circumstance. But we have the Code Rum because
the
we're
Code Rum,
code.
right? So keep to the code, right? So you can available here in online store. You got a
Total
local
Wines and More.
lines.
Florida's your best bet.
Yeah. So yeah, again, you go to the website. I think you'll find all the information on the maps and so forth. Yeah. So
Recipe
definitely.
page.
All right, so let me. We're gonna jump over here. We've got our little segment here. So we call it our What the Florida here. So again, this is What all you that are in the chat there, hanging with us here tonight, is our game of What the Florida. So again, these are cards with questions on it. So I'd love to see what your answers are. So definitely drop it in the chat what your answer is to these questions. Okay, so What the Florida? What's the grossest thing you've ever seen someone do in public? What's the grossest thing you've ever seen somebody do in public? So there's the card there. So you'll see it in a second there. All right. So Johnny, you want to go first there? You got a good one?
First thing I've ever seen someone do in public?
Yes.
Drink Captain Morgan.
Oh, he's definitely getting the rim shot.
I'm just kidding. I don't go out in public much, so I don't really have an answer for that.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one there. Is anybody else there who in the chat there, Jay or D or Amy? You got what's the grossest thing you've ever seen somebody do in public? I'm sure that's very simply, obviously, somebody going to the bathroom or doing some of those things probably. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think about that. So we may have to come back.
The DMV has some answers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So the off-air person that works at the DMV, so she's seen some interesting things even at working at her other places of business here. I won't can say who or what, but I know one of her stories she's told me was has in previous employments, not current employment, just in case anyone that she was currently working with is not current location in employment. She's stumbled across employees masturbating at work, and that's an awkward one to have that conversation.
What's your name?
It was not a her.
Oh, it wasn't me.
I managed an audit system. I
Yes.
was the only girl.
Yeah, so there you go. So interesting things you may find in the back of the tire room. Now, if I don't call that balancing and aligning your then I don't know what it is called. So, all right. So yeah. So drop in the chat there if you're brave enough to tell us what most disgusting thing you've seen somebody do in public. And while you do that, we're gonna jump, Johnny. So we got our Florida man story here. So this is a breaking news here. Our Florida man story. Breaking news: Florida man claims bags of cocaine, meth found wrapped around his penis aren't his. Now, if that's not a call for mistletoe, kissing under the mistletoe, then I don't know what is. So here's our story for our Florida man of the week here. If I can find it. Maybe I didn't reboot my computer. We'll get it here in a second here. Hopefully, shouldn't take too long here. So here we go. Our Florida man of the week here from the Orlando Weekly Online. Okay. A Clearwater man. Okay, this was last year. And again, what I did was I typed in Florida man and the date. Did you know that's a thing in Google?
I did not know that.
All right, so if you type in Florida man and the date, whatever date it may be, you'll get a Florida man story. So
every day something's happening in Florida.
Oh, yes, every day. So December 22nd, 2021. So a year ago, a Clearwater man claims that drugs deputies found wrapped around his penis did not belong to him. 34-year-old Patrick Florence was riding in a car that was pulled over after police say was driving without its lights on early Saturday morning. Well, that's going to attract attention. The driver of the vehicle was arrested by police for DUI in possession of marijuana. A search of the car uncovered a gun under Florence's seat. All right, not doing good. The deputies searched Florence and found bags of methamphetamines and cocaine wrapped around Florence's penis. Florence was arrested, and the report said he'd stated the package wrapped around his penis was not his. WFLA reports that Florence did not say who the drugs found on him was. Hold on, let me read that. Florence did not say who the drugs found on his person might belong to. We worry that Florence's case may not stand up in court. As they say, possession is 9 inches of the law. Thank you. We'll be here all week. So yes, there you go.
I'm just wondering if it's going to stand up in court.
I don't possess those particular items, but it feels to me like wrapping something around that long term is not a good idea.
I don't know how
like a rubber band on your finger, you could.
Well, you know, the other guy could have been short term.
That's true.
We don't know exactly how did he wrap it. You know, what was it? Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, what exactly? How? I'm having some.
Me too.
Hey, kudos! Hey, kudos for you, bro. If you've got
Enough to
wrap, yeah, kudos to you.
You see how much it was?
It was multiple packages. Then again, a dime bag is small, so you know.
Well, no, he had methamphetamine, meth also. So yeah, he'd like the trifecta there.
You gotta give him credit. He had a nice package there. It's worth some money, I guess.
Meth. Oh, there you go. There, Jay's coming in there with methyl toe. There, I like. Yeah. All right, Jay. Yes. Give him the air horn for that one. Yes, that was definitely a good one there, Jay. That's what it should have been the name of this one here. So, methyl toe. Yes, you want to kiss under the methyl toe there. I don't know. So yeah, that's our Florida man of the week there. So Mr. Patrick Florence, and you know, I'm sure it's got to be interesting being a cop. Some of the stories. One of our friends who they do they're both former police officers, and they do podcasts and YouTube streams that are cop stories and things. And
I've heard some cops, and I've heard some funny stories. I heard one last night, and it was a couple of cop buddies of mine. But then there was a guy who worked for FPNL. Told a story, and I don't know if I should tell the story or not, but there's grow houses somewhere in Florida, and so FPL would get called in because the electricity, the bills would go up super high, and
right.
It will set off flags and stuff. And some of the stories they were telling me last night were freaking. You could do a podcast just on their stories.
Oh,
you really could. Retired Cops podcast. They've got some stories, man.
It's always a story last night when somehow I don't remember how it came up in conversation, but it was because now it's so out of context, was the fact that there was a New York Times story or a Daily Post, New York Post, about some guy had, I don't know what the fascination of people have like to stick stuff up their butt, but some guy had a World War II bomb device stuck up his butt, and they had to clear out the hospital. He showed I don't know. Some of these things this is why Florida Man stories, because sometimes you just can't believe some of these stories. So I don't know. So anyways,
crazy world we live in.
that's right. So there. So yeah. So let's get back here.
There is ass in Blast.
That is true. That will be on the vocab test tomorrow. So the end of the week here. So all right. So let's get back to some lighter or more important stuff here, Johnny.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cruise again here for those that are just joining us,
so
and a little bit more a little bit some of the other
more
activities.
details. Okay, first of all, you can't book this cruise by going online to the cruise line Margaritaville site. You have to book it by calling our 1-800 number, which is 1-800-714-8100, option 4, and the code 1618, or tell them you're at the Party in Paradise cruise. And the cruise is from Friday till Sunday out of Port of Palm Beach. Starts at $229 per person. Did I get that phone number right? 814-7100?
Yep, 814. Yep.
814-7100. Group code 1618. And starts at $229 per person, and then you have your port fees, taxes, and gratuities, which is another $118.34, which means you don't pay for any food on the ship. You don't have to tip anybody. You can if you want to. That's basically the cost of the cruise. We leave Friday afternoon. You can board anytime after like 10 or 11 a.m. And it's a theme cruise, so we encourage everybody to wear your pirate garb, your tropical attire, like you're going to a Jimmy Buffett concert. And we're going to do a 5 o'clock somewhere toast on, I think, deck 11, but you'll get all that information. Our rum voyage toast.
Okay.
And then everybody can do their dinner, and then the party, the concert private party starts every night at 8 p.m. featuring Jesse Rice and an array of other performers, and we're going to have a tropically impaired, one of our sponsors is going to be in the house. We're going to get into what we're doing with them in a little bit. But we're doing all kinds of fun costume contests. We're doing limbo contests, hula hoop contests at the party. In between the music, we're going to be doing fun contests and raffles and giveaways. Our charity for the event is the Michael App Jr. Have a Heart Foundation, which is Mel Fisher's daughter and son-in-law, Michael and Taffy. It's their charity, which is dear to their hearts, so it's dear to my heart. So they're the charities. We're going to do a 50-50 raffle. And just each night the party is, Friday night and then Saturday night, it's going to be music, fun, games, camaraderie. In the Oasis room on the ship, it's the biggest room on the ship. It holds about 350 people. And that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this incredible music. And all the guys are just amazing entertainers. And then we're doing the Tropically Impaired Island Party on Saturday, which is another $50 per person. It's about a $100 value because we have this fleet of vans going to pick us up at the ship, drive us to Pirates Cove and Tanyo Beach, gets you round-trip transportation, entry into Pirates Cove, which they've got zip lining and jet ski, all the stuff you want to do. But our island party is going to consist of the round-trip transportation, entrance into the park, a hamburger, cheeseburger, hot dogs, french fries, lunch, a complimentary cocktail, a commemorative shirt for the event t-shirt. That's included in your package. And we're going to be doing more fun contests and games at the party.
All right.
Everything I'm not going to tell you, we're going to do like the Tropically Impaired Olympics, which is going to be everything
from
chugging rum to ring toss to crab walking, to hula hooping. It's just going to be a lot of fun. And there's a lot of competitors coming on this cruise. So if you go to our Facebook page, Party in Paradise Facebook page, check that out. Go to my Johnny Ringo page. The weekend's going to fly by. It's 3 days, but it's going to fly by because it did in 2019. We didn't have half the stuff we have going on.
Right.
And I'm very excited about it. And once again, you can only book the cruise by calling the 800 number. You can't book it online, be part of the crew. What else we got going on? Yeah. If you haven't been on Margaritaville at sea, it's a great cruise line. It's a boutique cruise ship. I think it holds 1,658 passengers.
Okay.
Or 3,200 drunk passengers. But yeah, it's gonna be a blast. And you're gonna be on there.
I'm gonna be on there. That's right.
You and Branch do a podcast from the ship.
We may, Johnny. We may.
By the pool. maybe Friday afternoon.
We may we need to pull something together. I think this cruise weekend is content rich environment.
Yes, I'm trying to get a videographer to videotape the entire thing.
Okay.
Dan, he was the videographer for the Code Rum song.
Okay.
McDonald, who's performing on the cruise ship, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no,
a lot of events, and this one this is my baby. I'm really excited about this one.
And in the middle of all the planning, because you've been planning for, I know they've been talking about it for a while. It's almost the beginning of the year, right? You believe it's about 12 months almost ish, right? Beginning of the summer-ish.
6 months.
Yeah.
I think I had it in my mind 12 months ago.
There you go. Right.
I'm a slow thinker, so it took me 6 months to get into the forefront of my lobe.
But then there's also, in the middle of all this planning and thinking of it, you also had your cruise there, Key West
Yes,
extravagant
Pirates
trip.
Basket
Yeah.
West for Key West, the 7th year. Brad, I give him a shout out, man. Him and Kevin McLaughlin, they perform. Pirates Basket Quest for Key West is an event I do every year in the Florida Keys, where we all make our way to Coconut Cove and Isla Mirada, and we book our rooms there. We have the whole resort for this party, and the hotel rooms are like $250 a night as opposed to $12.50 a night in Key West. So we do a pirate party Friday night, and last year I did a shrimp boil for everyone. But this year I did pulled pork, corn on the cob, coleslaw, baked beans, rum punch. We did
Johnny
mango
can
margaritas.
cook. Yeah.
I can cook.
Yes, Johnny can cook.
So I'll tell you what. So it's your ticket price for the party Friday night is like $20, but it includes your food, drinks during the party. We do a mango margaritas. We do a rum punch. And then it's 3 events in one. We got the pirate party Friday night. Then we have a bus picks us up Saturday at the resort, so nobody has to drive from the time you get there on Friday. Bus drives us 2 hours down to Key West with open bar on the bus. That's the party in itself.
Jeez.
And drops us in Key West for the whole Fantasy Fest, the big parade where they block off Duval Street, and you got all the stuff that Key West offers. And we're down there for 7 hours, and midnight we're back on the bus. Drops us right back off at the resort, and it's just every year it's a great event. It's one of my favorite events.
Fantasy Fest this year was a superhero theme.
Superhero theme.
Yes. So
I came as myself.
Yeah, he's Captain.
Call me Captain.
Captain something. Well, yeah. No, I was gonna say like Captain America, not Captain Morgan. He does have a Captain Morgan story actually, but I don't know if he wants to share that. So.
Not tonight. And that story actually took place in Key West.
That's right.
No.
Yeah. Hey, Sean. Hey, thanks for. No worries, man. We're still going here. We're talking about all sorts of things here. Definitely, Sean's one of our regulars there. So thanks for tuning in, Sean. There. Yeah. Come on down here. So there's all the information, Sean. You can come on to hang out with this cruise. I'm going to be on the cruise here with Johnny, and our good friend Brad there, our fellow podcaster and our part of our podcast network, and our spouses and well, I don't know about you. I'm not talking about Johnny's spouse.
And Brad just came in. I said, we need to give out an award every year for the last man standing, because the cruise in 2019, which is the last one we did due to COVID and the ship rebranding, was Brad and Don Mates, the artist for the original Captain Morgan, was the last man standing. Brad said he came down to the one area, and there was Carl still there with a drink in his hand, and Brad joined him, of course. That's what Brad does. But they were the last men standing at the end of the night. And this was a long weekend.
Wow.
So we need to come up with some type of a last man standing award. And somebody has to knock Brad off his throne.
Oh, did he actually win a trophy?
No, we didn't have trophies last year.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna have to do a trophy though for this year.
There you go.
The last man standing. Sure, there'll be a few competitors.
Good thing that that weekend for the cruise is for some it's going to be a long holiday weekend, because it's most people probably have the Monday off for Martin Luther King holiday. So it's so you don't necessarily need to go back right to work on the Monday after getting off the ship on the Sunday.
Maybe we don't even leave the ship. We just take it over and stay.
There you go. Well, there is a bunch of pirates going on the ship, so who knows? Sure. Plunder and pillage and plunder this ship there. So, no, it sounds like fun. I'm really looking forward to the cruise. Because of COVID, it's been a while. We haven't been on a cruise or My wife and we have not been on a cruise in a while. I think probably since 2019. I think that was the last cruise we did. And
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So,
a great way to travel.
yeah.
I mean, I've done the numbers, and you can't take a date to Orlando, rent a hotel, pay for your breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner, or lunch and dinner.
Cruises is the way. Cruises is the way to go. Yeah,
it's so much. It's such a bargain.
Yeah,
you know?
and a big important thing too is I know you've kind of posted some of this online and Facebook. Is this does not require to have a passport, which is an important thing.
A lot of people are confused on that. Right. You don't have to have a passport. They recommend it, but you don't have to have it. All you need is a valid state-issued photo ID and a certified copy of your birth certificate. That's all you need. And people question, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Trust me, I've done this before."
Yeah, because you're not stopping You're not stopping back and forth.
It's not just this cruise line; it's any cruise ship. If you leave and return to the same port, you don't need a passport.
So now, if you end up in a little trouble,
vaccinated.
Yeah, that's
If you end up in trouble over the island, call Paul.
That's right.
Tell him you're friends of Drums and Rums podcast.
Right, and don't worry, because I'll have Johnny's credit card to bail you out of jail.
Yes, and with the limit on it, you should be out within 6 to 8 months.
Oh, too much. So yeah. All right. So those of you still
you won't be alone.
Yeah. There'll be probably a few people. Hey, where else do you want to be hanging out in a jail? And, you'll definitely feel like you're in a Johnny Depp movie, right? As in a pirate in a jail in the Bahamas, right, in the Caribbean. So those of you that are in the chat there, you got any questions about the cruise? Let's throw it out there. Johnny will answer them for you. Or if you think
I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll make something up.
That's perfect. That's all. Most people.
The always yes.
Yes. Fake it till you make it. There. So again, important there. So the links in the chat there. Just go ahead and click that. It'll take you over to the Facebook page there. You'll find all your information there, the phone number and the group code also to call the cruise line to book your ship. As Johnny mentioned, there is the cruise itself. Then there's the shows on Friday and Saturday night. That's a separate. And then there's also, if you choose to do, and again, you don't, if people choose, they don't have to, right? I think
exactly.
So
you don't have to do that. But if you're going to leave the ship one Saturday, the Tropical and Parrot Island party is the deal because of the fact it's only $50 a person, and you pay literally $15 each way to go off the ship to any of the beaches or whatever and stuff. And there's entrance fees to all the beaches. So that's a good deal. I personally went over to Grand Bahama Island, met with the GM of Pirates Cole, and give a shout out to Carla Rose from Carla Rose Taxis and Transportation. She's my point person in Grand Bahama Island. Carla is awesome. And
okay, so Amy's got a question here. Are you the Pirates Head email person? ? I emailed a question.
When did you email the question? And I am the Pirate Head's email person.
He is the king pirate.
Check it right now.
All right, so we're doing the live here. So while Johnny's looking up there for Amy, I'm gonna go ahead and pour myself a little shot in my leg lamp glass. It is actually kind of hard to pour into such a small hole.
Did she email Pirate Heads or did she email? Oh, there it is. Oh, just now.
Would you like? Oh, just now. There you go.
Yes, I think I
Would you like an answer here, or would you like it replied back?
Yes, we already have a reservation for the weekend. Thought that we bought tickets for Eventbrite for Friday, Saturday. But I read your info. Understand we have to be part of the group, but I see a $55 fee. See a part of that group. So did Amy? Well, regardless, Amy's good because she's listening to this podcast right now, so there's going to be no extra fees for Amy.
There you go.
Just as a thank you to tuning in. So I think she's saying she didn't book with the group. Well, Amy, you're already part of our group simply by being here tonight, so you're good.
So I guess if I'm just listening there, that maybe if the question is when you booked, did you Amy, if you told the cruise line who you were with, then if you didn't, then maybe you could always call them back and say, hey, look, I'm with this group.
Right, so it is a separate fee. So if you book outside of our group code 1618 or call an 800 number, Like if you book it on your own, like going online or whatever, then the $30 fee for the private parties each night is $55 per person. So we're encouraging to book through our group so we can keep track of that. So in years to come, we can get better deals with the cruise line to save everybody money in the long run by having more of a presence with the cruise line.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get everybody to book via using our 1-800 number.
Yeah, it's like, it's like being in a band, right? If you bring a crew with people if you bring friends that drink, the bar or the venue will not care how bad you sound because you brought patrons to spend money, right? So all right, so Amy's a regular. She's a cruise pro there. So this is our third. All right, it's excellent. All right, so Amy, so there we go. I don't know, I'm bad at doing the heart. I don't know how to do the heart thing. I see everybody do it. So
you should practice it at home.
I should practice. Yes. I don't know. I'm gonna practice front of it and do TikTok videos with it. So yeah. I don't know how to. Anyway, so
we'll practice on our own.
There we go. Yeah, we'll alone together. So all right. So yeah. So all right. So we got, like I said, we're gonna start wrapping the show up here. Definitely want to make sure I give a big shout out to some of our fellow partners in crimes there for the podcast. And let me see if I can switch over to do we have our plugs? Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah. So first up there, definitely, as we mentioned already, Jams and Cocktails podcast. The show, Brad and his, we talk about Jordan and the Destruction Crew there, Ellie and Derek. Their show is every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. over on YouTube. So follow them. Oh, there you go. Is that how it goes? It's like, okay, that makes more sense now. There you go.
What'd you do?
I didn't know what to do with the thumbs.
Like that?
The thumbs go down.
Through all your fingers.
All right, like that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
Oh. We only have 4 fingers on one hand.
Thumbs are fingers.
You know, I have 4 fingers on one hand.
Hey.
Can you guys see that?
Our good friend Mario Perez of House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits. He's got that down. He's got that down pat, right? Yes. See how I can still. I'll have to work on that. But yeah. So Jams and Cocktails every Wednesday night. So check out. I was on their Ugly Sweater show last night. It dropped into their studio, and we had a great time doing some shenanigans. And we did the ball in the cup challenge last night. So you missed that. You know, the Christmas thing where you got the little jingle, the ball, and you got to do. So, man, that was definitely not flattering for me, at least. But anyway, also he's got his morning show too. So check out every Jams and Coffee. Yep, Johnny listens to it when he's awake that early in the morning.
That's early. What time is it? 8 o'clock.
8 a.m. That's early. Yeah. It was rough for him this morning, though. I'll tell you that much, brother.
Brad?
Oh, it was rough for Brad this morning after last night's his sweater party. He was hurting this morning. But yeah, so every day, every weekday, 8 a.m. Brad's doing his morning show there, Jams and Coffee. So again, check those things out. Subscribe. Again, Brad and I were really working hard to grow out our YouTube space now. You know, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Because it does make a difference when people look at your content and say, all right, you've got people following you. It helps with advertisers. It helps to say, okay, this is legit. They've got growth. They got eyes on their content and so forth. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe on Drums and Rums. Also, make sure you go ahead and subscribe over in the Jams and Cocktails YouTube channel as well, too. And then also, I want to give a big shout out there to our, what I call as our rum posse. These are rum enthusiasts, rum lovers. And so we've got Nia from My Rum Diaries. So she's a certified rummelier, and she does her reviews, and she does distillery tours and all sorts of things. And so she's over on YouTube there. So give her a shout out too, and subscribe. Also, our good friends up and 2 guys, Royer and Robert. They're in Iowa. They're in the rum desert of the country.
Iowa.
They've got a weekly also live show on Wednesday nights. It's really 7 p.m. their time because they're in Central, but it's 8 p.m. our time. But they do a very similar. They do weekly reviews they post, and then they do a live show. They talk up stuff, and they're big, rum enthusiasts as well. And then our good friends Jami and Rashawn, who are the Ready Set Rum. So Jami's been doing his 25 days of his advent calendar, all the different rums out of his calendar there. So he does a lot of reviews as well, too. So, again, they're really good friends. And also the River Pirate, Jason. So I think you might know Jason.
Yes,
So yeah, so Jason, big shout out to Jason, the River Pirate there. So again, he's doing review. He's also huge. He also is a big cruiser too. He does a lot of cruises as well. So he's doing a lot of reviews. So again, if you want to follow this, the Rum Posse, Jams and Cocktails, Jams and Coffee, and then as well as us too. And this is what I love and glad to call Johnny. A good friend. Again, we're everything what I'm always about is music, some drinks, having a good time, being very positive. Johnny's a very positive person. Good vibes, as he talked about on the ship, the last cruise they did. And that's what it's all about. We're all together. We put all the other bullshit aside.
Just making memories, man.
Exactly. We don't care who voted for who or what team you might support or whatever. Go Dolphins.
As long as it's the Dolphins.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're all hanging out and having a good time. Again, when you go to a concert, you go to a Coral Sky Amphitheater, I think that's what it's called now, here in West Palm, you're hanging out and everyone's your friend, right?
Yeah.
Because you're there for a really cool reason. So again, follow everybody. Again, follow Code Rum, follow the Paradise. Oh my God, I'm running. Thank you. I'm running out of breath here. Yes. So there are links in the chat there. Go ahead and click on it. Come see. I want to see you on the cruise. If you're in the chat tonight, I want to see you at the cruise there. I know a few of you that are in the chat are going to be there because one of them I'm married to. The other one I think is also makes rum cake. So there's at least a few that I know are going. Amy's going. Can't wait to meet Amy, and hopefully a few others there. Sean and Jay are in the chat as well too. Are coming on over with us. So again, appreciate everyone. So everyone, somebody gives me a hard time because I thought your show was called The Biggest Happy Hour in a half an hour, and now it's here in an hour.
We're
right?
slow drinkers.
Yes, we're going to overtime, right? So yeah, we give you the other half an hour for free. So wait, the first half hour you're free as well. Yeah, there you go. So again, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, and anything else, Johnny, to wrap up the show here?
I think that's it, man. We'll see you on board. Come party with us in paradise.
All right, there you go. Till next time, guys. If I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.